At Lai Khe, you get down to the nitty-gritty. You've read about it in the headlines. It's right down there in the middle of a rubber plantation. There's a native village past the fence, about 40 yards from the show. We took 200 pounds of dynamite and some claymore mines out of the village this morning. This is the home of the Big Red One, the fighting division we've been playing for, let's just say, 3 wars. These guys have been through 8 major combat engagements in Vietnam. 3,000 of them were committed to action this morning. Most of these men will leave from the show to return to the bunkers. Yet they took time to build this one for the performers backstage. They're sitting out in the open, but we've got a place to hide. Hey, here we are at Lai Khe. And I gotta be honest with you, I know Lai Khe. Now, it's a real thrill to be here at Lai Khe, home of the Big Red One. This is quite a spot. I stepped off the plane, I was mugged by a mosquito. And this beautiful spot used to be a rubber plantation till de Gaulle split and went into the sap business. These guys here are all infantrymen. You remember the infantry? They used to fight all the wars before the Air Force hired a press agent. The highway outside this base is called Thunder Road because the Viet Cong are always blowing it up. You can always tell when something's going to happen. The white line gets up and hides in the bushes. Yes, but it's great to be back in Vietnam. Aren't you happy to have me back? You thought there was going to be a truce, huh? That's why I'm back. I'm back. You know why I'm back. I'm back for suggesting Thanks for the Memory as Lyndon's campaign song. We worked 2 hours for them and then did another half hour. We didn't want to leave them because we knew what they were headed back to. Here we are flying the bamboo corridor. That's Laos down below on one side of the Mekong River, and there's Nakon, Phenone, just a bow and arrow shot away. Here we did our show for 500 gung-ho Air Force pilots, crew chiefs, and technicians who officially don't exist. If you think war is hell, try winging your way home with a tail full of lead from Hanoi and be enlisted as a diplomatic secret. Watch these birdmen flip when our swinging canary shows up in the landing pattern.
Buckle down. If you break their necks, if you make them wrecks, you can break that hex, so buckle down. Make them yell, win sake, make them yell. You can win sake if you give them hell. If you don't give in, take it on the chin. You are bound to win if you will only buckle down. 2, 3, 4, away.
Phu Cat was a new base for us, and the audience a strange mixture. Half of our 10,000 were the sleek and polished gentlemen of the Air Force, and the other half were the grim grunts, men of the 101st Airborne, who've been dropped in the jungle and fought their way through rice paddies to come to the show. Here's one patrol that just made it back from the boondocks. They traveled 23 miles to give me this shell with their names inscribed on it. They had a Santa Claus for us, and here's what we had for them.
Hey, I understand that you're husband hunting, is that right?
Bob, hunting is such a harsh word. However, I am single, and you might say that I am shopping for a man.
Boy, I want to tell you, you came to the right supermarket here. Just happens these fellas are having a clearance sale today. That one down there gives green stamps. You got a lot to offer, according to my reports. Among other things, you're quite a linguist, is that right?
Well, not really. I just speak English, French, and Spanish.
Maybe we could establish a little more rapport. Is there anybody out there who can speak Spanish or French? Huh? Right there? What the hell, do you have a springboard there? What was that? What's your name, soldier, and where are you from?
Airman Jenny from Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Well, which language do you speak, French or Spanish?
Anything.
He's not a linguist, he's anxious. Go ahead, say hello to Madeline.
Comment allez-vous? C'est un plaisir de faire vous connaître.
A little louder. Hey, this isn't just for you, it's for the people, too, you know? You mind speaking up a little so we can all get in on the whole bit? It's a show, you know? This is not a boudoir. This is we're playing a pasture here for some folk. Let's try and work this out. All right, a little louder.
Vous savez, depuis pas mal de temps, j'ai vu votre photo dans les journaux et vraiment, je suis tellement content d'être ici, juste pour vous voir.
Good night, folks. We're a little late. Man, if I could say hello like that, I'd have been married when I was 6. The weather was 7. Now it's your turn, Madeline.
Je suis enchantée de vous connaître. Vous êtes vraiment un très bel homme. Et je peux vous dire seulement, en vous regardant, que vous êtes un très courageux soldat.
Quick, what'd she say? What'd she say?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Well, stop looking and listen a little bit. Go, Madeline.
Est-ce que vous aimeriez serrer dans vos bras une fille comme moi?
Oh, I couldn't.
C'est pas vrai? Est-ce que vous n'aimeriez serrer dans vos bras une fille comme moi?
I really couldn't.
What does she want? Maybe I could. Hey, listen, let me in on that. Give me something really romantic that I can say to her.
Man, you're ready, aren't you?
Give me something romantic I can say to her.
Aimez-vous les chiens?
Who du tout? Qu'est-ce que c'est, Aimez what?
Aimez-vous les chiens?
Aimez-vous
Les
les
chiens.
chiens?
Les chiens.
La...
Aimez-vous?
Do you brush after every meal?
Aimez-vous les chiens?
Oh, yes, Bob. Oh.
Hey, fabulous. What'd I say?
Do you like Cocker Spaniels?
MPs, surround this boy with punji sticks. Ah, you're great. With your kind of spirit, we could be in Haiphong in the morning. Thank you very much. I think it's a great job. And how about a little reward for him? Don't you think he deserves it? Well, that's all there is today. That's all right. Hit the road. There's your seat. Just walk across the audience right there. Good. It's probably a spy from De Gaulle. Alan, I think I express the feelings of everybody when I say, I got a crush on you, sweetie pie, all the day and night time. Hear me sigh. I never had the least notion that I could fall with so much emotion. Could you coo? Could you care for a cunning cottage? Anybody got a salt tablet? Madeline, how do you feel about American men?
Oh, I love American men. They are sweet, kind, and so lovable.
Yeah, true. True, true.
What country are you from?
I'm from Lower Slobovia. We got a crush, my baby, on you.
Here we are getting off at one of our new air bases, Phan Rang. We'd better say a kind word about Colonel Turkey Wilson and his 35th Tactical Fighter Wing. They gave us a Christmas party, free board and room, and one of the greatest audiences in Vietnam. That's Mort Lockman, our director, and my right arm on these trips, explaining why the girls get the most applause. Phan Rang was a banner show for us. The first time in 4 years we were allowed by the Defense Department to do a show at night. You can't see the audience here in the dark, but believe me, they were there. Most of them were on our side.
How about that? That's my answer to side of bore. That's in the 43rd Signal Battalion, I want to know. Isn't that great? How about that? Man, you picked the right night for it. Should have a fur collar. I'm thrilled to be here in San Bernardino, I want to tell you that. Where are we? Phan Rang Dang Dang, huh? Also known as Happy Valley. There are other names for it, but this is a family show. The VC will never attack this base by air. Never. It's too complicated. You can starve to death in the landing pattern. They have a lot of different units here. They have the 101st Airborne here. And they're really rugged, these cats. They don't use parachutes at all. They just float in.
No road trip would be complete without a Crosby. Here's Phil, the one that can sing.
You're nobody till somebody loves you. Oh, no. You ain't no damn buddy till that somebody cares. I'm here to tell you, you may be king. You may possess this big fat world and all its gold. Gold won't bring you happiness, not when you're growing old. If this world is gonna stay the same, you'll never change it, no way. Just as long as the stars shine above, you ain't nobody till somebody loves you. Find yourself a little body to love.
Very nice, Phil. You really got a voice. I think you've licked the family jinx.
Gee, thanks a lot, Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob, isn't that a little silly? We were kids together.
Yeah, I remember now. You were the only one in the crib that shaved.
You know, I remember you when you were only knee-high to Bing's wallet.
Yeah, I know I still can't reach it.
How is the old man?
Gary's fine.
No, I mean the real old one.
Well, he's pretty good, too. You know, he's producing now.
When do you ever stop? What have you been doing lately, Phil?
Well, actually, I've been doing a little bit of acting now, Bob. You know, Dad is coaching me.
Dad's coaching you acting. It's like Twiggy coaching the Green Bay Packers.
Come on now, Bob. You can't put down Dad's acting. You know, he's got an Oscar.
Well, he deserved it. Birth of a Nation was quite a movie.
Birth of a Nation?
Yeah, his autobiography.
Hey, you gotta stop knocking Dad. Look at it this way. What would the road pictures have been without him?
Great. Phil, do you ever look at him?
The road pictures? Oh, yeah, it was compulsory. We see him all the time. Dad, he's got a little complete set of them, you know, in 4mm.
Yeah, well, but you mean 8mm. That's the smallest film made.
No, it's 4. He cut your half off.
When they told me that they expected us to make an arrested landing on a carrier, I knew they were putting me on. They just had to switch us to copters and land us safely on the deck. But when we were 200 miles out over the South China Sea in a ridiculous plane called the C-2A, and the pilot headed for the flight deck at 130 miles an hour, I did what any red-blooded American would do. I turned green. Notice that smiling face. You thought I couldn't act. There's Les Brown, and he isn't acting. I was still complaining the next morning when we started our show on the flight deck. Too hot for this. Put that in my trunk, man. That's going to be a big story connected to that where I was a hero or something. Put that in. Thank you very much. I'm very thrilled to be here on, where are we? Board the USS Ranger. Hey, you all. How do you get those seats? Are they Republicans? What is that? Even the Jolly Green Giant couldn't hang 10 on this surfboard. Now, this is a great ship for liberty. The other end's in Hong Kong. And for anybody who hates being here on this boat, how'd you like to be here without it? I can't wait to leave this raft because we're going to be launched by catapult. I hope everything goes back into place. Did you see the landing we made on this carrier yesterday? Tell me, were the wings folded when we landed? I haven't been hooked like that since vaudeville. Now, if you see a pair of jockey shorts buzzing the bridge, they're mine. If you hear a few strange sounds now and then, that's what's causing the trouble up there. The radar. The Admiral was kind of chicken and wouldn't turn it off. And now here to take over the show is the Laurence Olivier of Broadway. A great guy and a wonderful vocalist, Earl Wilson.
Thank you, fellas. You know, back in the States, we've heard the civilian and naval experts' opinions of the war. But I've been asked by my newspaper editors to find out the facts from the one man who would really know what's happening out here, the average seaman. So I asked your personnel officer for the enlisted man who'd been stationed on the Ranger the longest. And I'd like to talk to him now. Won't you please step out here?
Okay, Mac, what do you want painted?
Why would I want anything painted?
That's the way it is in the Navy, Mac. We paint it, and if we can't paint it, we polish it, and if we can't polish it, we promote it.
Taylor, this isn't a work detail. I'd like to ask you a few questions. First, what is your name?
Donnelly, William Donnelly.
a very famous name.
Well, it should be. I'm the head painter.
Oh, you mean you're in charge?
No, I mean I paint the heads.
Bill, if I may call you that, and I'm not too familiar with service insignia, what is your rank?
Apprentice seaman.
Apprentice seaman, but what are all those stripes?
Whip marks.
How long you been stationed on the Ranger?
20 years.
How's that possible? This ship's only 10 years old.
No wonder I couldn't find a hook for my hammock.
And what is your naval occupational specialty?
I told you, I paint.
And what do you do after you paint?
That's a naval secret.
Well, I have a top secret clearance. Answer my question. What do you do after you paint?
I scrape it off.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard of.
You think that's stupid? You're paying for it with your taxes.
They're kidding. They're not gonna catapult me off this deck and... They did. And hang on, here we go for another arrested landing on the Coral Sea. They've got the hangar deck all set up for us. Let's go to work.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here. Wonderful to be here on the Coral Sea, our 51st state. Man, what a ship. This looks like Jackie Gleason's rubber duck. And this ship has a tremendous crew, 1,500 enlisted men, 300 officers, and 12 girls from Hong Kong. But you guys got it made. Fresh air, good food, and nothing to do till you get back to San Diego, right? All right, Subic Bay, if that's the way you feel about it. Now, this ship stays at sea for months. It could stay longer, but it has the old-fashioned type of crew that needs recharging. A special interest in the Navy personally now because my son Kelly enlisted. It was the only place he could find to hide from the Army. Now, he's an apprentice seaman already. It just shows you what can happen when you have connections.
Those aren't raisins down there. That's our Cam Ranh Bay audience. 27,000 GIs, all in on a pass. It's ridiculous. We should be on percentage here.
Yes, sir. Here we are at Cam Ranh Bay, the Sahara of the Far East. This is what the French Foreign Legion is trying to forget. Now, it's wonderful to be here in this zillion-dollar cat box. I've never seen so much sand. Is that your CO, the fellow with the black eye patch? This is the world's biggest supply depot. It looks like Bobby Kennedy's pantry. This is the home of the 1st Logistical Command. I thought you'd like to know, and it's a very efficient port. In less than 12 hours, 50% of every cargo that lands here has found its way into the black market.
They love me in Cam Ranh Bay. They applauded my every move. Honest. Ask Raquel. She was right next to me on the stage.
Raquel, anyway, here's the way we all feel about you. You make me feel so young. You make me feel that spring has sprung. And every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy, oh, I watch her grin. Make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung. Oh, baby song. Even when I'm old and gray. This is gonna make me gray today. 'Cause you make me feel so young.
Hey, Bobby, here's how you make me feel. You're an older smoothie, sneaky old Frankie. You are a tribute to the magic of Medicare. You're an older smoothie, crafty old bounder. You're such a challenge to the likes of a girl like me.
Shall we?
Love you. You make me feel so.
I'm glad you feel so.
You make me feel so.